Hello friends. Today I invite you to join me for some seated postures. Yes, seated in a chair. Gather a chair that's a steady chair that won't be wobbly or rolling around, and position yourself comfortably on your chair, watching the body alignment. We've talked about this in some of the other videos, but remember, you can either be seated all the way back using the back as support, but what you want to do is watch the angles and posture for your body. So shoulders stacked over hips, and your legs are hip width apart, and knees are stacked over the ankles. As we're in this aligned position, you might want to pause before we begin for a brief meditation. Allow yourself maybe a 60-second pause or so. And as you pause and maybe meditate, as you bring awareness to this present moment and practicing your seated asanas, your seated stretches, call attention to tightening these abdominal muscles, because these exercises and asanas that we'll do will be working on core, a little bit on the shoulders, and quads and hips. So let's wake up those shoulders first with just after your meditative time. Begin with your shoulder rolls. And I'm going back first and just maybe start small, and then maybe you're comfortable getting a little bit bigger. You're just doing whatever feels really comfortable to you to wake up the shoulders. Whichever way you started, reverse that. I went back first, so now I'm going to go forward. It's not a race, so just do it as at your own pace, just waking up the shoulders. And again, if you're feeling like you can go deeper into the shoulders, again, keeping that alignment, don't fall forward. Keeping those shoulders stacked over those hips as you're going in the other direction, waking those shoulders. And maybe alternate, left, right, and the other way. Have some fun with this. Okay, are your shoulders awake now? So we're going to go to the legs and hips, and then we'll add the shoulders. Now that they're awake, we're going to add the shoulders in. So what we'll do first is I'll start with my right leg, and you're going to use these abdominal muscles as you close an imaginary door and hold as you're breathing. Don't hold the breath. Breathe naturally. Hold for a count of 3 and down. Now to the other side. Now I want to offer an option for you to hold your chair if you would like, or hold under your leg if you would like. Up and close that imaginary door. Your foot is flexed. If you want to hold, you can, or keep your hands gently on your thighs, holding for a count of 3 rounds of breaths, and back down. So I invite you to repeat that 3 times. So let's assume we've repeated that. Now we're going to add the arms. So I'm going to kick that imaginary door with the right, and my left arm is going to come up. Here we go, and we'll do this 3 times. Kick, hold for 3 breaths, and down. We're going to go again now to the other side. Kick, up, that imaginary door, the other arm is up. Hold for 3 rounds of breaths, and down. And I would repeat that 3 times also. Now we're going to add one more piece to this. Again, we'll go to the right, and we're going to kick that imaginary door. Let's have the arms out, almost in a star shaped. And you're going to touch the toe 3 times. and down. Now go to the other side 3 times. And down. And do this 2 more times for your set of 3. And when you've completed that, we'll end with just some spinal rolls, and I'm just going slowly from one side, and then I'll go to the other side. And depending on how much time you have, you could conclude this brief session with another mindful meditative pause. And when you're ready, you can return back to your day. Thank you for connecting your inner light with me today. Namaste.